3 ways to really make your mix sound good anywhere. Next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. Hey, before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to be notified of future videos. Also, there are tons of great samples from my personal library below in the description of every video. They're all pay what you want. And lastly, if you want me to work on your music, hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com. With people listening to music on all types of devices and all types of websites, how do we as creators maintain a consistency of sound without freaking losing our minds? Watch this. All right, you guys, actually really important stuff this week. We all want our music to sound great everywhere. So let me show you 3 really helpful things that help me to achieve that, and then also give you some advice on where to put your head in all this, because this kind of stuff can make you crazy. So let me play you this first. Okay, so that we're mixing a rock song. The first 2 things I'm going to tell you are very easy. Anyone can do it. Everyone should do it. The first thing is, as you'll notice in my mix here, stop that, and right there, I have some reference tracks that are similar to the song that I'm working on. Now, I don't want to put, some R&B or rap or 70s rock or anything other genre or other decade of music, because that's going to all sound different. Music keeps evolving. One thing that really keeps evolving is low end, and we'll get to that in a second. But I've got Check My Brain, and this track is Something in Your Mouth by Nickelback. These 2 tracks are Randy Staub, and the low end on those tracks is phenomenal. Something in Your Mouth, good luck getting that low end. It's very difficult. Art of Dying is Chris Lord-Alge, also great low end, great toms. So these 3 all sound different than each other, but I'm getting a good average between these, because I know that these 3 sound great. The low end sounds great, and they sound great everywhere I hear them. The next thing I'm doing is I'm checking on, I have a pair of KRK V8s here. I have a pair of Avantone's Chris Lord-Alge NS10 speakers with a sub. I have my Sony Jam Box back here, and I have 2 different sets of headphones, and I have a Jeep. So what I'm trying to do between all of these things is find a good average. This is really important. This might be one of the most important things you'll ever hear in mixing. Your mix will not sound the same everywhere. It can't. There are too many websites, too many places to put music up online. Every speaker sounds different. Every headphone sounds different. Every AirPod, I also check on AirPods. I check on my phone. So I'm checking multiple sources, and on every one of them, of course, my mix sounds different. You will never get a mix to sound the same on everything. So you have permission to let that go. It can't. But in the law of averages, it can sound good on everything. If you're, messed up over this, it sounds great over here, but not great over here, then what is that problem? It should, on average, sound great on everything. It won't sound the same on everything. Now, that brings me to the third point here, which the biggest problem in all of this is low end. Low end can sound amazing in here with my sub. and my KRK V8s, but I can't hear the low end on the iPhone because they're all picking up different parts of the low end, and they all have their own limitations on what low end that they can push out. Low end is mid-range and low end are the two frequency ranges in a mix that separate the pros from the amateurs. So let me play you this again now, and let me show you a low end trick that really helps in the law of averages between all of the different sites out there that play music and all the different speakers and headphones and all that. This will really help you with the small speakers, and it'll help you not, when you listen on big speakers, it will help you not overdo it on that. So look, again, we're looking for an average. Here we go. I'll shut up. Okay, you hear there that sounds pretty good, but that low end isn't enough to come through on some of the devices that people listen to music on. It sounds great in here. There's even some low end on the NS10s. So, but what I have here is a effects bus called iPhone, and it's got a decapitator, which I'm punishing, and it's got a roll off about 26 hertz. And what I've sent to this are things that have low end that's important: the kick, the bass, the toms, even some of these big guitars. You'll see if I solo the big guitars, they'll come up here. So things in the mix, that I feel in this song, in this key, in this tempo, have low end importance. So let me pop this in and out, and you'll see the difference that it makes. Here's without. So you hear that it's bringing out the low end in a more upper frequency of that low end that will be more audible on smaller speakers. So it sounds terrible by itself. So this decapitator's really killing it. It's getting more of the nasal of the bass, because on smaller speakers, it's not going to reproduce things that are down, 80, lower than that. So there's got to be something that can perceive the low end on smaller speakers. And, I can, now that I have control over this low end, I can, whatever is in this effect, I can pinpoint which part of the low end in a song like this, in a key like this, will translate more on an iPhone. And I may have to go listen on the iPhone to see where I've nailed it. But a cool thing here is, I mean, listen, when I take this out, it's just blasted all to hell. So that's immediately tightening the decapitator up. You're getting the angry side of the guitar, the angry side of the kick, and you're getting a real pick attack by the bass. And that's what smaller speakers will pick up. Now, after you can achieve that, I mean, all it is an effects bus with saturation. You can use a decapitator or anything else, and I'm rolling off a bunch of stuff that just would never sound good down there. Once you find that, once you get this bus and put all those low end instruments in there, then it's mixed to taste. And really at that point it's levels. It really changes the sound of the band. So anyway, try this. Remember to get great reference tracks. Remember to still listen on multiple sets of speakers and headphones, and really do this iPhone trick. It won't make your song sound the same everywhere. No song does. But it will make the law of averages come to fruition, and your mix will sound great everywhere. Well, there you go. Try these techniques and rest easy knowing that your song won't sound the same everywhere, but will sound good everywhere. Thanks so much for watching. Give me some comment, love, and a thumbs up below. And hit me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com if you want to say hello or you want me to work on your music. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.